live yet?
Hands aren't just hands at Novant Health. They're heart healers, joint savers, cancer fighters, and teddy bear caretakers. They're the tools we use to deliver specialized, high-quality care to our communities. They're what we use to hand the newborn to her mother. They're the hands helping people learn to walk for the second time. For our orthopedic patients, they're the hands creating new standards in orthopedic care so patients experience leading-edge treatment at faster recovery times. They're the same hands holding yours and the same hands that wave goodbye as you walk out our doors and back to your life. Every hand tells the story. See our stories at novanthealth.org/advancedcare. Novant Health, making healthcare remarkable.
Do not let that joint pain stop you from playing golf or having other fun. There's a new treatment available right here in the Triad right now that you need to check out. Hey folks, David Glenn here. I'm talking about all new regenerative cell therapies, once available only for elite athletes, but now available for you at Physical Medicine of the Carolinas. Knee, shoulder, back, or neck pain, arthritis, torn meniscus, tennis elbow. There are now new breakthrough treatments for all of these from the medical professionals at Physical Medicine of the Carolinas, conveniently located in the heart of the Triad. These cutting-edge treatments alleviate your pain and work on healing the underlying problem. No surgery, no steroids. We're talking regenerative cell and platelet-rich plasma therapies, all new solutions that really work. For your free consultation, call Physical Medicine of the Carolinas today at 336-390-9400 or visit triadpainaway.com. That's 336-390-9400 or triadpainaway.com.
At East Coast Wings Plus Grill, craft your wings with your favorite flavor and preferred heat level. They have 58 flavors of wings and 8 heat levels ranging from mild to insanity. Check out America's Best Wings with weekly specials including 75-cent bone-in wings every Monday or 65-cent boneless wings Mondays and Thursdays. And don't forget on Wednesdays, kids eat free with each adult entree purchase. These specials are available for dine-in or takeout. Visit the newly remodeled Kernersville location at 800 North Main Street or their Greensboro location at 1579 New Garden Road. Mention Game of the Week to receive a free chip basket with your entree purchase.
Cone Health offers one network with many choices. In addition to nationally ranked hospitals, urgent care, and emergency centers, Cone Health, with its extensive network of providers and specialists, is now accessible 24/7.
Welcome back to the Corbett Sports Center. Spencer Turkin, Cy Alexander with you as we are underway between A&T and Morgan State. Terry Harris lets it fly from the corner and cannot convert. Morgan State on offense for the first time tonight.
They started off man-to-man, created a tough shot for Terry Harris in the corner.
Here's Stanley Davis coming off a 21-point, 10-rebound effort at Howard, and he looks like he hasn't skipped a beat since Tuesday night.
Shot looked good. The Bears are opening up with some full-court man-to-man pressure. Cameron on Langley. That's pretty interesting. Cameron on Langley.
Cam Langley coming off of an ankle injury that he suffered the other day at Maryland Eastern Shore as the ball is floated into the post for Sila. Turns, fires, and has his shot rejected. Here comes Davis. And we'll leave it for Cameron to set up Todd Bozeman's offense. Morgan State, a quick team on offense, averaging 15.7 seconds per possession. As the rebound fished out by Curry, he goes up and draws the foul.
That was just a great effort play that last time by Victor Curry. He's a guy that doesn't get a lot of points, but he is an energy type guy at 6'8". He brings height to the Bears starting lineup.
Curry's first shot is up and no good. The 75% free throw shooter did not score on Tuesday night against Howard. Did collect 6 rebounds in 10 minutes of action.
I was waiting for someone to get on the line for the Bears. I've never been a proponent of not having anybody on the line, Spence, just in case you missed a free throw.
And he misses both. And despite the fact that Todd Bozeman put a few guys on the line, A&T came out with the rebound.
Right. Full court man, again, Martez Cameron on Cameron Langley.
Langley looking for an outlet, switches court to the left side. Gantz drops it in for the first points of the day for A&T.
Nice mid-range jump shot that last time by Malik Gantz.
It's Curry to the elbow, kicks it, corner shot. Devonish Prince cannot finish it.
Pretty good ball movement that last time by the Bears. It just didn't finish the play. Nice shot preparation by Prince. He just didn't knock it down.
Quay Copeland, who had 11 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 dimes the other day, lets it fly. It's off the iron. And Morgan State back the other way.
That wasn't the greatest shot selection that last time by Quay Copeland, but he's got to do a heat check, see if he can get that three-point shot going.
Davis out of Chester, Pennsylvania, leaves it for Martez Cameron. Back over to Davis, puts it on the floor, stops, pops, and finishes.
Nice side ball screen that time by the Bears. Aggies did a poor job of showing off the screen, gave Davis room to get that shot off, holding his follow-through shot looked really good that time.
Averaging 19.8 points per game and 10.5 rebounds in conference play thus far. Copeland from just inside the arc.
Good hustle that time by Prince.
Cameron back the other way, goes coast to coast, lets it go, misses off the far iron. It'll go out of bounds off of A&T. Morgan State leading in a tight one here, 4-2. As Malik Gantz has come off for the first time tonight. And enter in the freshman for Jay Joyner, Tyrone Lyons, out of his own high school. And Ronald Jackson, who's in as well, goes ahead and rejects that shot.
That's a nice block that time. Stanley Davis went soft to the rim. You got to go strong, young fella, or get that stuff out of here.
David Syfax will check in for Victor Curry.
Syfax is a very good basketball player, 6'7" junior, been in the program for 3 years. Understands the system.
Comes off the bench, rips the shot, and cannot finish. It will be a turnover as Kyson Rawls, the sophomore out of Newcastle, Delaware, who had 17 points the other night at Howard, will step onto the floor.
Rawls is instant offense for the Bears.
Morgan State doesn't seem to be backing off of this full court pressure.
They want to try to see if they can control the tempo defensively. And talking to Coach Bozeman, they feel like they want to build on the comeback that they had with 10 minutes to go. We're down 10 points with 3 minutes to go against Howard. Sloppy pass that last time.
Jackson finds it, can't put it home, and he's stripped and fouled.
Aggies seem to be a little bit sluggish, Spence, in their offensive execution. The pass is about a half a second. Had that pass been 1 second earlier, it probably would have ended up in a layup by Ronald Jackson.
The Clay County, Florida native, a 75% free throw shooter.
High major athlete, Spence.
Makes the first of 2, and you're right, Coach. He can jump out of the gym, and that's why he was recruited to North Carolina A&T.
He's a high major.
Takes a deep breath and will reset himself to try and tie the game.
And that's part of that deep bench that we've been talking about. Ronald Jackson, Andre Jackson, Tyrone Lyons, all can get it done. Amari Hamilton.
The pass down low to Davis. He has his shot blocked. And Terry Harris comes away with the basketball. He'll leave it for his point guard, Cam Langley, to bring down the floor. The sophomore through the lane, and he's fouled.
Great contest that last time by Lyons. Made Davis change his shot in the air. Consequently, a missed chippy by the Bears.
That's 2 team fouls on Morgan State here before the first media timeout. The freshman will inbound it. Cam Langley comes to grab the basketball. The super sophomore Kicks it right side. The three on the way is no good from the fifth best three-point shooter in the country. And A&T gets the ball back. Lions through the lane, and he finishes.
Just the freshman making a spectacular finish at the rim. Mr. Lions.
Morgan State quickly the other way. Cannot respond. Lions with the board. Here come the Aggies on the run now. Into the corner for Harris, and he'll slow up the pace and let Langley take over.
And Lions Spence is getting better every game. He's going to be a force to be reckoned with during his career here at North Carolina A&T State University.
Averaging just a shade over 6.5 points a night in MEAC play, as we have a whistle that will bring us to our first media timeout. You're watching MEAC Basketball on Flow Sports.
Hands aren't just hands at Novant Health. Here they're heart healers, joint savers, cancer fighters, and teddy bear caretakers. They're the tools we use to deliver specialized, high-quality care to our communities. They're what we use to hand a newborn to her mother. They're the hands helping people learn to walk for the second time. For our orthopedic patients, they're the hands creating new standards in orthopedic care so patients experience leading-edge treatment at faster recovery times. They're the same hands
holding yours, Lions layup. We'll be able to talk about Ty a little bit.
Wave goodbye as you walk out our doors and back to your life. Every hand tells the story. See our stories at novanthealth.org/advancedcare. Novant Health, making healthcare remarkable.
As we return to the Corbett Sports Center, A&T leading Morgan State 6-4. The freshman Lions out to Langley. 10 on the shot clock. The sophomore lays it up, can't finish, but Ronald Jackson there to clean it up.
Just what we're talking about, Spence, that athleticism of Ronald Jackson, a nice tip in.
The lob cannot be completed on the alley-oop to Syfax. It'll go out of bounds off of A&T, and Morgan State will keep possession. Tried to break that press quickly and take advantage of the Aggies about a step behind the play.
Syfax would have been better off that time catching it and bringing it back down. He went for the spectacular and came up short.
Miller into the game for the first time tonight. And has his pass stolen away. It's a 3-on-2. Copeland to the hole, goes up and draws the foul. Wade Copeland, the transfer from Middle Tennessee State, averaging 17 points a night in conference play, hitting 62.5% of his shots.
I tell you what, he has been instant offense for the Aggies all year. Being able to, what I like about Quay Copeland is he has the ability to shoot the ball from the three, but also can put it on the deck and attack the rim.
Makes the first shot. And you're right, Coach, if he's not having a strong night from downtown, he knows he has to take it to the hole and find another way to create some offense. He can also pass the basketball.
Right, he's a very complete offensive basketball player. I know Coach Joyner would like to get him to work a little harder on the defensive end.
Second shot falls.
One of the things that I thought about in this game was that the Bears need to get off to a fast start. Look like now the Aggies have gone to a 2-3 zone.
Little over to the right side. He's got Cameron down low to Little, and he draws the foul. Jordan Little does not live up to his last name. 6'8", 240-pound redshirt junior out of Jersey City, New Jersey.
Both teams are not shooting the ball exceptionally well right now. Both teams shooting in the 20 percentile. The Bears are shooting at 22%. Aggies at 25%. Offense have got to get better.
Morgan State has yet to drain a freebie.
That's big.
Now 0 for 3 on the night. Here comes the fourth shot from the Bears. This one does not go as well, and Lyons is able to go sky high for the board.
Still applying that man-to-man full court pressure is Cameron on Langley.
Jackson. Now Langley, sophomore, setting up the offense. Drives towards the hole, bounce pass feed to Jackson, loses it, gets it back, has it taken away. It'll go out of bounds, and it will stay with A&T with 8 seconds on the shot clock.
The Aggies missed the mismatch that last time as Cameron ended up on Ronald Jackson. That's a big athletic and height advantage.
Langley goes up, and we have a whistle before he shot. There may be a clock issue as the shot clock went from 6 to 4. And we'll see what the crew of Lionel Butler, Aaron Chambliss, and Quentin Murphy have to say about the possession. They blew the whistle right before Langley went to the bucket.
Did you notice anything, Spence?
Other than the shot clock skipping a second, no.
Hopefully we'll get an explanation as to what the issue is.
Gives us a chance to talk about these two teams. The top scoring ball clubs in conference play so far. A&T averaging 80 points a night in the MEAC, while Morgan State 77.5 points per game in conference play.
I tell you what, the Aggies are potent offensively. They can go, like we said, you got a guy like Aaron Edmeade sitting on the bench, Amari Hamilton sitting on the bench. If those guys are going, they can give you 5 3-pointers between the two of them. So there's a lot of scoring potential on this deep Aggie roster, and obviously the Morgan State Bears have got to learn how to win on the road. Big win the other night.
Seconds on the shot clock. Shot clock did not start, so we did 2 seconds on the shot clock.
Thank you.
And there you have it, the shot clock issue.
And now we seem to have a timeout.
2 seconds showing on the shot clock now, as both teams will head to their bench.
Was that a call timeout or a media timeout?
Not a media. If there is one, it'll be a called one.
Or is that an official's timeout?
The officials are at the monitor, so this will be an official's timeout. And so, Coach, they're going to make sure that they have this time right, because A&T was in the lane and about to score when they blew the whistle. These two teams have faced 3 mutual opponents: South Carolina State, Maryland Eastern Shore, and Mount St. Mary's. A&T undefeated against those 3 teams. Morgan State 2-1 this year. How much stock do you tend to put into mutual opponents? I know that every given night a matchup could be different for every team.
It depends on when the mutual opponent was played. If it was 5 or 6 games ago, not a lot. But if it was only 1 or 2 games, then yes, because you're doing things now that you would probably do 2 games ago, and you probably have the roster or you may not have somebody out with an injury or things of that nature. So if it happened back in November, not much, but if it was a week ago, put a lot into it.
We haven't had a made 3-pointer yet tonight.
Or A&T's made 2 free throws.
But the Aggies are 20th in the country in 3-point shooting. Morgan State is 11th in the conference in opponent 3-point field goal percentage, allowing 38.6% shooting from downtown. You'd like to think that if you're Jay Joyner, the 3-point line will be your friend tonight.
Right, that's to the advantage of the Aggies.
The quick baseline out of bounds. Jackson lets it go, can't finish. And Morgan State digs out the board. Devonish Prince has it ripped away by Langley. Pushes the ball deep into the front court. Jackson draws contact and the foul.
Again, the athleticism of Ronald Jackson comes into play. He just attacked the rim and said, young fella, you can't jump as high as me.
And there are not many people in this conference that can.
No doubt. And there's great hands that last time on that steal by Cameron Langley on Prince.
Jackson, a transfer from Hillsborough Community College near the Tampa area, misses that free throw.
put it in, it just wouldn't stay.
Stanley Davis is back in for David Syfax. Jackson resets himself. Misses both.
And both went in to some degree, Spence. 2-3 zone by the Aggies.
Devonish Prince, the highly touted freshman, working for Morgan State. The Bears doing a nice job rotating the basketball as Davis comes up with it top of the key. And now Jackson will rip it away. Bounce pass feed over to Copeland. He lays it up, can't put it home. Jackson misses the dunk, and now Morgan State has numbers. Into the corner. Streeter, 3-ball, short. Rebound is good for a jump ball. It'll stay with Morgan State.
In action that time with not a lot of results. Aggies made a nice steal, nice follow-up tap dunk by Ronald Jackson. It just wouldn't go in, and the Bears pushed the ball. Streeter takes a nice three. It just doesn't fall. A lot of action, but, no cigar.
Davis takes the baseline out of bounds. Full shot clock to work with. Martez Cameron playing with a heavy heart, lost his brother in June. He has "Long Live Vonnie" written on his shoes this season.
Good defense. Great defense by the Aggies that time. Everybody was in sync in their 2-3 matchup zone defense. A lot of communication and a lot of adjusting.
5 turnovers already for Todd Bozeman's ball club.
That's huge.
Langley sees a hole, tried to attack, and got the reach and call to bail him out. That foul will go against Cameron.
And as you stated, the Bears are slowly getting into team foul trouble.
6 team fouls now for the Bears, so the next one will put A&T in the bonus. So the Aggies, not a very good free throw shooting team, 69.4% on the season.
And that's funny, Spence, as well as they shoot the three. They're a good shooting team.
Lions down low, can't put it home. Ball is loose, and Langley finds it. The sophomore just seems to always come up with the rock. He attacks strong, nothing doing. Sila able to put it home. Coming off of his first career double-double. Makes it a 12-4 game.
And that was a great assist that last time by Cameron Langley. Nice effort to get the loose ball, penetrated and pitched it, kicked it over to Sila, who finished at the rim.
We'll take a timeout on the court. You're watching MEAC Basketball on Flow Sports.
Do not let that joint pain stop you from playing golf or having other fun. There's a new treatment available right here in the Triad right now that you need to check out. Hey folks, David Glenn here. I'm talking about all new regenerative cell therapies, once available only for elite athletes, but now available for you at Physical Medicine of the Carolinas. Knee, shoulder, back, or neck pain, arthritis, torn meniscus, tennis elbow. There are now new breakthrough treatments for all of these from the medical professionals at Physical Medicine of the Carolinas, conveniently located in the heart of the Triad.
Thank you.
These cutting-edge treatments alleviate your pain and work on healing the underlying problem. No surgery, no steroids. We're talking regenerative cell and platelet-rich plasma therapy, all new solutions that really work. For your free consultation, call Physical Medicine of the Carolinas today at 336-390-9400 or visit triadpainaway.com. That's 336-390-9400 or triadpainaway.com.
Welcome back to the Corbett Sports Center. North Carolina A&T leading Morgan State 12-4 with 11:53 to go here in the first half. The Aggies taking full advantage of the Bears' 5 turnovers.
No assists for the Bears, 5 turnovers. Aggies have 4 steals.
And 6 points off of those turnovers.
That's a recipe for disaster.
Miller out to Streeter. The ball works its way around to Devonish Prince. Miller takes it through the paint, loses it, and it will stay with Morgan State. 9 seconds remaining on the shot clock.
Give the Aggies a lot of credit. They're really moving in their 2-3 zone defense. Now the substitution, Aaron Edmead in for Cameron Langley. Edmead has been a big spark plug off the bench all season for the Aggies.
Morgan State just 2 of 11 from the field so far into the corner. Rawls off the back rim, nothing doing. Miller with the board, has his shot blocked. Still bouncing around. Third opportunity will not go in. But a trip to the free throw line upcoming for Malik Miller.
Tell you what, great effort that time by Miller. He just would not be denied. The Bears are having a cold shooting streak right now. They are 2 for 11 from the field, shooting only 18%, and 0 for 2 from the 3, and 0 for 5 now from the free throw line. So, you know, that's not a recipe to get you a win on the road. And half the time, sometimes, Spence, because you haven't played well on the road, your confidence begins to wane when you can't put it in the basket. Now they but 0 for great rebound that time.
Stanley Davis is Mr. Do Everything for Todd Bozeman as he gets trapped, and Edmead found the basketball and draws the foul on Kaisan Rawls. Nice job by Aaron Edmead understanding the situation and bumping the head back a little bit. And now you get sent to the line. It's the 8th team foul on Morgan State, and Aaron Edmead, one of the top free throw shooters for North Carolina A&T, 78.1% on the season.
Great anticipation that last time for the steal for Edmead. They had a nice trap on Davis. He shot the gap and ended up getting the steal and got fouled consequently.
DeAndre Johnson into the game for the first time, the 6'10 center out of Washington, D.C., more of a European-style basketball player. He can shoot it from downtown.
Shoots the 3 exceptionally well.
A rare miss from the line from Aaron Edmead. Here come the Bears.
Aggies sticking with the 2-3 zone.
Cameron reverses court. The Bears work the ball very nicely around the perimeter. Just have not been able to figure it out inside. Cameron with 6 on the shot clock. Now Davis back to Cameron, rips the 3. It's in and out, no good. Rebound falls to Little. Davis through the paint, and he's able to score.
I tell you what, Stanley Davis is Mr. Do-It-All for the Bears offensively this afternoon.
He has all 6 points.
Right, it's
for Morgan State, along with 5 rebounds.
Aggies versus Davis.
Copeland. Out to Johnson. He puts up the 3, misses it off the back rim. Jackson with the long board, and he'll reset the offense.
For my money today spent so far, Ronald Jackson has been the most valuable player. He's been everywhere offensively and blocking shots on defense, scoring on offense.
Edmead lost control heading down the right side of the lane and turns the ball over. Yeah. A&T has struggled from downtown, Coach. 0 for 4 tonight.
And that's what they do. Shoot it really well from beyond the 3. Aggies sticking with the 2-3 zone because it's been very effective.
Up 6 points in the early going. Cameron to the lane, goes up and lays it in.
Nice baseline drive that time by Cameron. He saw the weak side defense was slow, rotating over. He got there and finished at the rim.
Copeland will work from the wing. Pulls up and misses short. Cameron back the other way. Takes it to the hole and makes it. And a charge is called as he came in.
That's a good call because he was there and he was outside of the arc.
8th team foul against Morgan State. As Copeland and Johnson will head to the bench, Andre Jackson and Malik Gantz will enter. So a smaller lineup for Jay Joyner.
And only 3 personal team fouls against the Aggies. That's huge, Spence. when you're talking about one team in the 1-1 and one team not close to being in the 1-1.
A&T will take a full timeout. We'll keep it here. The Aggies' lack of three-point shooting now, 2 straight games. They've had this problem. Last game against Maryland Eastern Shore went 4 for 18 from beyond the arc. Tonight, so far, 0 for 5.
And they are a great three-point shooting team, so a little bit of it may be psychological at this point, and what you don't want is to seep into your mindset, especially when you're a great shooter like Quay Copeland or Terry Harris. Those guys can really shoot. Amari Hamilton and Aaron Edmead.
Terry Harris, over his last 3 ball games, shooting 56% from beyond the arc, 60.6% from the deck, averaging 19 points with 5 boards and almost 2.5 steals a game.
Terry Harris, the brother of Tobias Harris from the Los Angeles Clippers. I think Tobias is being named to the All-Star squad. He's having a great year for the LA Clippers under Doc Rivers.
Of course, the All-Star game down the road in Charlotte this year, and you mentioned the basketball family of Terry Harris. His brother Tobias, a Clipper. Tyler played at Auburn. Tasia, an assistant coach at Winthrop, and Torrey is a guard at James Madison.
I tell you what, they're playing giveaway right now. You take it, I don't want it.
Gantz goes strong and finishes with the left hand. And that's what Malik Gantz does, is find a way to get to the rim.
That's what he does, Spence. And he's added this year the ability to make the perimeter shot. That wasn't there last year.
Davis tosses it out. Cameron launches it from downtown and puts it home for the first made 3-point field goal of the night between either squad.
I tell you what, that was great ball movement that last time. They got the ball from side to side. The Aggies were a little slow in rotating back out. Left Cameron with a nice 3-point look.
The bounce pass feed for the dunk from Ronald Jackson.
Nice pocket pass that time by Malik Gantz to Ronald Jackson. Finished at the rim, that athlete to athlete.
Well, you have to honor Malik Gantz going to the hole, and that drew the defense in and allowed Ronald Jackson to break free in the front court.
Right.
2-3 zone from the Aggies.
Nice ball movement.
Malik Miller to the top of the key. Finds the scorer, Davis, who leaves it short. And Ronald Jackson rips down the board. He's got 5 rebounds to go along with 4 points so far.
Outstanding game so far by Ronald Jackson, the young man from Florida. Now for the first time this afternoon, the Bears are showing some zone defense, a 2-3 zone.
The Aggies' lack of three-point shooting brought that upon it. And now a rough shot that goes out of bounds from Malik Gantz will bring us to a timeout. 16-11 A&T on top. You're watching MEAC Basketball on Flow Sports.
Hands aren't just hands at Novant Health. Here they're heart healers, joint savers, cancer fighters, and teddy bear caretakers. They're the tools we use to deliver specialized, high-quality care to our communities. They're what we use to hand a newborn to her mother. They're the hands helping people learn to walk for the second time. For our orthopedic patients, they're the hands creating new standards in orthopedic care, so patients experience leading-edge treatment at faster recovery times. They're the same hands holding yours, and the same hands that wave goodbye as you walk out our doors and back to your life. Every hand tells a story. See our stories at NovantHealth.org/advanced care. Novant Health, making healthcare remarkable.
Welcome back to the Corbett Sports Center. North Carolina A&T on top of Morgan State, 16-11. With 7:36 to go in the first half, Spencer Turkin, Cy Alexander with you. Coach, the ball handling for Morgan State has been atrocious. 1 assist to 8 turnovers.
You don't win many games like that. Plus, you're 1 for 5 from the 3 line and 0 for 6 from the charity stripe.
Cameron out to Davis. Morgan State setting up shop beyond the perimeter for most of the afternoon so far. Cameron to the hole. The floater is good.
Martinez Cameron is really picking up the pace offensively, doing a nice job. Made 2 threes and then just attacked the rim to finish at the rim. Now Bears going back to the 2-3 zone, which was effective in their last defensive sequence.
7 points for Martez Cameron here in the first half. Ed Mead from downtown throws up an air ball. Not the birthday shot he was hoping for as he turned 23 today.
Let's say a happy birthday to Aaron Ed Mead. And he is the 2 starting guards are coming back in now for the Aggies. Craig Copeland along with Cam Langley. Both teams right now, Spence, are playing 2-3 zone.
It'll be a defensive struggle if the shooting continues like this. The entry feed is lost down low by Little and picked up by the Aggies. Cam Langley will take his time working down the floor.
Hit him in a bad place that last time. His hands.
We should expect to see zone from both squads until both of these teams start making some shots, as the N1 opportunity for Ronald Jackson will put him at the line with 1 free throw.
Great pass from Quay Copeland. He was hit flashing to the middle, drew the defender, dropped it down low. Jackson finished strong. Here we go right there. Flash, quick entry pass, bucket.
Ronald Jackson exerting his authority. 8 points, 5 rebounds, 3-point play, converted.
And this is what we were talking about in the opening, Spence. The deep Aggie squad. Jackson, a non-starter, leading the team in scoring right now.
11 points from the Aggie bench so far, 0 for Morgan State from the reserves.
That could be very huge as you move into the second half.
Davis kicks it out to Miller. Nowhere to go in that zone. Finds Cameron with 6 on the shot clock. To the hole. The floater, nothing doing. Gantz with the board. The outlet pass to Copeland. It's a 2-on-1. Through the legs to Langley, who finishes. Beautiful pass from Quay Copeland.
Little showtime that time by Quay Copeland. And dishing it off between his legs to Cam Langley.
Little with the response.
Nice response that time by Jordan Little. Caught it this time. Last time I had to get on him. He didn't catch it. This time he finished and made me shut up.
You know that pass will be on all the highlight shows later.
And I don't understand this move right here, but I'm not the coach.
The feed down low to Gantz for the reverse layup as Morgan State went to a man-to-man when the zone was working.
That's what I was about to say, Spence. Good analyst. I didn't understand that move. And consequently, the Aggies scored right away versus the man-to-man.
And we're going the other way. A charge taken by Cam Langley as Stanley Davis showing some frustration.
Great charge that time by Cam Langley. Slid his feet, got his torso in front, accepted the challenge, took the hit, created a foul on Stanley Davis.
Lapry McCray Pace is back into the game.
We recruited McCray Pace my first year here at A&T. He's a good player out of Philadelphia.
Terry Harris launches it from downtown. It's short as the Aggies' woes from three-point land continue. 0 for 7 on the day, yet holding a 23-15 advantage. Miller loses it.
With the oopsies that time. Oops. I thought I had it, but I didn't.
And you've known Todd Bozeman for a very long time.
I recruited Todd.
I can only imagine what is going through his head right now.
Yes, he's sitting back. I'm just looking at him right now, just kind of in dismay.
The cross-court pass to Gantz, attacks the baseline, kicks it out to Jackson. Through the lane, goes up and rocks the rim. Ronald Jackson with confidence.
As I stated earlier, Spence, so far, my MVP for the day is Ron Jackson. Having an outstanding ball game.
Little turns, fires, hook shot. Count it.
Nice Over the left-hand shoulder jump hook by Jordan Little.
That was textbook. Like
No,
you
no
learned it
doubt.
from Kareem.
Right. No, that wasn't the sky hook. That was the jump hook. Back to the zone, Spence.
The float pass. Jackson goes up.
Yeah, he walked.
And they'll say he walked.
He walked, no doubt. But Coach Bozeman went back to the zone after that one time in man-to-man, which I didn't understand why he even tried it that one time.
We'll take a timeout on the floor. You're watching MEAC Hoops on Flow Sports.
Do not let that joint pain stop you from playing golf or having other fun. There's a new treatment available right here in the Triad right now that you need to check out. Hey folks, David Glenn here. I'm talking about all new regenerative cell therapy.
One media timeout to get our television chemistry right.
But now available for you at Physical Medicine of the Carolinas. Knee, shoulder, back, or neck pain, arthritis, torn meniscus, tennis elbow. There are now new breakthrough treatments for all of these from the medical professionals at Physical Medicine of the Carolinas, conveniently located in the heart of the Triad. These cutting-edge treatments alleviate your pain and work on healing the underlying problem.
Thank you.
No surgery, no steroids. We're talking regenerative cell and platelet-rich plasma therapies, all new solutions that really work. For your free consultation, call Physical Medicine of the Carolinas
This is
today
wild.
at 336-390-9400 or visit triadpainaway.com. That's 336-390-9400 or triadpainaway.com.
Back at the Corbett Sports Center, North Carolina A&T on top of Morgan State 25-17. As you saw the acrobatic move from Quay Copeland. The Aggies have found another way to get the offense going, having started out the game 0 for 7 from beyond the arc.
I tell you what, right now the key for the Aggies is their defense. They're doing this is the best I've seen them play the 2-3 zone. Obviously, I haven't seen them as much as you have, Spence, but they're doing an excellent job. They have stymied the Morgan State Bears, who have 2 assists versus 11 turnovers.
And that was the 12th right there.
Okay.
And A&T has scored 13 points off of those 12 turnovers as Gantz gets called for the carry.
That's the difference in the ball game right there. I really feel that as well as the Aggies statistically have been shooting the basketball all season, they'll begin to make some three-point shots. But right now, that 2-3 zone is very effective.
The feed to Davis, turns, fires, and scores with the step back.
I tell you what, Davis is a solid offensive player, got an inside-outside game, got nice form and nice extension on his jump shot.
At a 28-point, 19-rebound double-double against South Carolina State in the loss.
Again, the Bears with the 2-3 zone is kind of wide. You got to contest. The Miller's open right there.
Gantz at the block, puts it up, can't finish. The rebound bouncing around. It is saved by Morgan State, and a foul is called on Ronald Jackson as he gave a little reach around to try and grab that loose one.
That's his second. Probably have to get him out. I think Tyrone Lyons is coming in right now. Give Ronald Jackson, well, actually, Terry Harris. I thought he was coming in for Ronald Jackson, who has 2 fouls, but Jackson is doing an excellent job. Again, the Aggies, and it's a smart coaching move by Jay Joyner not to come out of the 2-3 zone. It's been very effective tonight.
Miller in front of the Aggie bench, out to Little. The feed into the post from McCray Pace is taken away. That pass has been ineffective so far tonight.
And it's ineffective because you got to try to catch the ball with 2 hands. You know, when you got a defender down there, you got to go after it with 2 hands. If you're wide open, yeah, maybe 1 hand, but
Copeland shot from the elbow, nothing doing. It'll go out of bounds off of Morgan State, and so the Aggies will have a fresh shot clock to work with. Holding a 6-point lead.
Neither team, Spence, has been great offensively tonight. You're talking about one team shooting in the 36th percentile and the other team shooting 37%. And but credit both defenses Both defenses are doing a good job, and I think if I'm Todd Bozeman, I'm going to stick with that 2-3 zone until the Aggies show me that they can really make some perimeter shots, which they haven't done right yet. 0 for 7.
It was a tight game last year between these two ball clubs. 69-67 win here in Greensboro for A&T. It looks like we're going to have another pretty good ball game on our hands when it comes to the score. Jackson turns, fires, puts up a brick. The drop-off feed for Davis, and he draws the foul.
Great transition offense that last time, Spence. The Bears kept the ball off the floor, hit ahead, transition pass. Stanley Davis running the floor. Was hit right in the middle of the lane. He attacked the rim. Let's see what he can do from the free throw line right now.
Morgan State 0 for 6 from the charity stripe here in the first half. Davis, a 76.1% free throw shooter.
Breaks the drought. He's a solid player offensively, Spence. I really like what I see from Stanley Davis.
Scores about 13.5 points a night. Converts 47.8% of his field goals. Adds in 6.4 rebounds a night. Second shot good as well. And the Aggie lead is cut to 4.
Solid statistics for Stanley Davis. The junior from Chester, PA.
The freshman over to the birthday boy, Aaron Edmead. 8 on the shot clock. Gantz pulls up, leaves it long, and it's collected by McCray Pace. Cameron quickly down the other way. Little will look for Cameron to get the play, and we'll call a timeout. An important possession for Morgan State, trying to scrounge for some points here before heading to the locker room.
Very good timeout that time by Coach Bozeman. He wants to get the shot, probably drawing up a zone set that they work on late game situations, because these 2 points would be, 2 or 3 points would be very huge for the Bears.
If you're Jay Joyner, are you switching the defense right now?
Good coaching. I would change the defense now to a man-to-man because what Coach Bozeman is probably doing. If you remember the Tennessee State game, and we go back to that game where Coach Joyner changed defenses on Coach Collins, 2 guys that work for me, and it stymied the Tigers and afforded the opportunity for a win for the Aggies. But he's sticking with his own, looks like, Spence.
Appears to be a 2-3 zone from Jay Joyner. Cameron, 6 on the shot clock. Rawls misses it short. The long rebound collected by Cameron. And the Bears can hold for the last shot if they choose. And Todd Bozeman up off the bench to tell his point guard, relax, we got time.
Last shot. Shoot it with 3 seconds.
The Chicago native feeds Little down low, turns, fires, and makes the hook shot to end the first half.
Nice pass that time and nice finish by Jordan Little. He has come off the bench and been a inside presence for the Bears.
6 points, 7 rebounds for Jordan Little. A&T with a 2-point lead heading to the locker room, 25-23. We'll be back with more MEAC basketball after these messages on Flow Sports.
Hands aren't just hands at No Hot Health. Here they're heart healers, joint savers, cancer fighters, and teddy bear caretakers. They're the tools we use to deliver specialized, high-quality care to our communities. They're what we use to hand a newborn to her mother. They're the hands helping people learn to walk for the second time. For our orthopedic patients, they're the hands creating new standards in orthopedic care so patients experience leading-edge treatment at faster recovery times. They're the same hands holding yours and the same hands that wave goodbye as you walk out our doors and back to your life. Every hand tells a story. See our stories at novonthealth.org/advancedcare. Novant Health, making healthcare remarkable.
Thanks, man, for your support. Okay. They think we sound.
I thought we were done a good first half. What did you think?
I did too. I just want to hear somebody else's opinion. I hope some of my friends up in DC are watching. They'll call me tonight and say make it fucked up.
I mean, it's definitely way different than when we do the radio.
Yeah. I wish we had more of these.
Honestly, this is less work for me.
Yeah, I know. Well, I like it, you know. It's fun.
I think we've worked in relevant stats. I think we've done a nice job. Would have been nice if Todd called you back, though, so you could talk a little bit more about his team.
I'm good on it. Are we off for the whole half?
Yes. We are not playing well.
We better be careful because this team is scrappy. They're not good, but they're scrappy.
But they're a second half ball club.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, they are. So they came back from South Carolina State. The football team being on it today or something?
I don't know. Oh, it's recruit day. How about this?
Yeah, I saw that score.
Wow.
They say Compton, man, according to JB.
What else you got for me, baby?
They somebody you don't want to play in the MEAC tournament, you know? Terry, how you doing, man?
Please, focus your attention to the video scoreboard.
You think I got time to go to the restroom?
Images from the 2018 Celebration Fire Victory.
I have no idea. I don't think the Celebration Bowl is going anywhere. And if it does, we're leaving the conference.
The Celebration Bowl
The second that happens.
champions.
That's the only reason we're even thinking about staying right now. CAA or the Sun Belt. And you'd have to hope that your alums will donate, knowing that you're the only FBS HBCU.
Fans, at this time, please stand to your feet as we recognize our back-to-back MEAC Celebration Bowl and HBCU National Championship football team for North Carolina A&T Aggies. Led by head coach Sam Washington. The team finished 10-2 with huge wins over Jacksonville State, East Carolina, and a Celebration Bowl victory over Alcorn State.
They paid for it. That's advertising. They paid for it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7
They have one inside the airport.
across various publications.
Yeah. It's over by American Airlines.
Inside.
Inside. They have them in different spots. That's what it is. UNCG is down by baggage claim. High Point is over the escalators, and then A&T is in the terminal. They have one. I mean, I don't think it's the best spot, but they have one. Everybody has to go.
Stand on your feet. Let's give one big round of applause to this championship team. Congratulations, gentlemen.
Now, what I would do is put one at Raleigh and Charlotte in the bag. What's up, man? How are you? Hang it in there.
When you go all out, drive an SUV that's all in. Check out the red offers on Ford's unstoppable SUV lineup.
Yeah, but Tennessee State doesn't have as much money to work with as us. And their enrollment's not as strong. And their academics aren't as strong.
The North Carolina A&T Aggies are down with you all.
Where are all the kids? Where is everybody?
What actually is happening at halftime on the Sports?
Scoreboard and this, that's it.
That's it? How you doing, sir? How are you? Good. Yes, sir.
It's actually more expensive for us to go play in the CAA than it is in the Sun Belt. It doesn't matter because you're getting the ESPN money to make up for it, to pay for it.
Hey!
Oh, the clock stopped. Hold on.
Stopping. Lead Central 26-21. Yeah. If they get him the ball the right way. Yeah, he came in the game and played really well. Yeah. Every time they try to bounce it right. Hey, he got a nice little jump hook. That's the difference in the game, that and free throws. They are 2 for 8 from the free throw line. Right. Yeah. Like we didn't know what was going on, and then he came on with it. Yeah. Appreciate you.
Because they thought it was 1.5 every year. Yeah, but it's only 5 events a year, so it makes sense.
Welcome back to the floor, your North Carolina A&T Aggies.
Vince.
Lionel Butler and Aaron Chambliss will head to the monitor.
You ever seen that?
No, usually there's a call, and then you go to the monitor to see if
They haven't made a call yet.
They haven't made a call yet.
Are they trying to see
Who actually fouled who? It looked like there was a push down low on the Morgan State player.
Trying to see the replay right now to see exactly who did what. That's the first. Well, both teams get a free timeout, Spence.
That they do. 31 seconds into the second half, and Coach, it has not been a pretty game according to the box score. A&T 0 for 8 from downtown. Morgan State 1 for 6. And the Bears have given the ball to the Aggies 13 times already.
And A&T consequently has 13 points off of those turnovers.
So the officials are still hovered over.
This is a long delay.
And still no official call.
Right. This is the first for me. I guess if you stay around this game long enough, Spence, you'll see it all. But again, back to the statistics. It's not a pretty game offensively for either team. And hopefully we'll attribute it to great defense and not poor offense.
It's a very glass half full way of looking at it
right,
so far.
That's the story of my life.
As the officials are now gathered to try and make a call. Lionel Butler, Aaron Chambliss, and Quentin Murphy, the gentleman wearing the stripes this evening.
And what are they calling?
So now they're going to bring the coaches together.
There is a flagrant foul charged to number 10, Ibrahim Silva from North Carolina A&T.
Flagrant foul on Silva.
So a flagrant foul will be called on Ibrahim Sila.
Did you see that? I didn't even see it.
The new hook and hold rule.
Is that what it was?
Makes it a flagrant, though we have not gotten the explanation.
That's his first foul. And it's his third foul.
So Sila will walk over towards the bench. Jackson will step towards the scorer's table, which typically means that Ibrahim Sila will be substituted out for as we get an explanation.
We got a hook and hold foul. We're trying to find out who the guy was shooting free throws. Should be number 2, I think.
Foul's on 10, right?
That was 10, the hook and hold.
Okay.
So LaPree McCray Pace will step to the line, the 58.8% free throw shooter, and it is that flagrant one hook and hold call that was issued. That was one of the new rules implemented this year into college basketball. As the second shot,
that particular call was made against A&T on Aaron Edney at South Carolina State.
And it sent that game to overtime.
Yes.
So Morgan State will get the ball as well, and now a chance to take the lead.
And the Aggies come out in the 2-3 zone.
And just like that, Morgan State on top. Stanley Davis puts them there.
Nice pull-up that time. Scored off the bounce, got to the mid-range area, knocked the shot down. Morgan sticking with the man-to-man right now, even though the zone was very effective in the first half.
Langley floats it to Jackson. Kicks it out Copeland. The tray ball is short. Gantz with the rebound. The layup, nothing doing. Copeland grabs the loose ball and gets called for the travel as the Aggies' woes from beyond the arc continue.
Great effort that time by Quay Copeland, by Ronald Jackson. But again, a lot of effort, no results.
Morgan State trying to extend its 1-point lead.
Nice ball movement, moving the defense from side to side.
Devonish Prince misses the rebound taken by Curry. And now Davis will reset the offense. Morgan State going very deep into their possessions here in Greensboro. Uncharacteristic of the Bears, who averaged 15.7 seconds per possession heading into today's game.
Being very patient on the half court against the zone.
10 on the shot clock. The pass is swatted away by Jackson, and the Aggies a chance to reclaim the lead. Terry Harris gets knocked down and will not draw the foul. Devonish Prince comes back the other way. Cameron in front of his own bench. The Bears work the ball around the perimeter, and we have a push and a foul off the left baseline. It'll go against Terry Harris.
Nice move that time by Devonish Prince. He caught Harris sleeping a little bit on defense, and now you got Tyrone Lyons coming in for Terry Harris, and you got Aaron Edmead in for Quay Copeland. Nice trap right now in the corner.
Cameron breaks it with Devonish Prince to the hole. The floater is swatted away.
That was goaltender.
But it was on its way through the twine, and so it'll count for 2 points.
It was coming down. That was definitely goaltender.
Andre Jackson is into the game for Malik Gantz. The Charlotte native has been quiet since he scored 18 at Wake Forest in the second game of the season.
Bears extending their defense to some man-to-man full-court pressure. Devonish Prince chasing the ball. Now you got Cam Langley. Now the Bears are dropping back into that 2-3 zone, which I think is a great move.
The alley-oop rejected away by Morgan State's Victor Curry, but the foul is called as he got in the way of Ronald Jackson.
Nice read that time from long distance by Cameron Langley. He saw that the defense was asleep. Ronald Jackson was behind the defense, and he just threw it up and said, "Go get it, young fella." But you got to make your free throws.
Now 3 for 6 from the stripe. Syfax will come in.
Instant offense is David Syfax.
8 points a game for the Detroit, Michigan native. Second shot is good.
Aggies dropping back. Let's see if they stick to the zone. Yes, they're sticking to the 2-3 zone. A lot of nice ball movement, a flash from weak side to strong by the Bears and reversing the ball.
That shot good from Devonish Prince as the Morgan State offense starting to come alive here in half number 2.
Nice lefty pull-up that time off the bounce by Devonish Prince. Both teams showing 2-3 zone. This is a Syracuse game.
Andre Jackson swings it right side for the freshman Lions. 9 on the shot clock for the Aggies. Jackson gets doubled down on and loses the basketball at the block. Cameron comes up with it. Slows up in the backcourt, and Morgan State will run a half-court set.
Good transition defense that time by the Aggies. They got back to make the Bears have to pull up and go 5-on-5.
The ball stripped away by Langley. 2-on-1. The sophomore loses control, but it'll go off of Morgan State and out of bounds.
Cameron Langley has great quick hands. It reminds me of a young man I coached at South Carolina State, Roderick Mumu Blakeney. Had some quick hands. Cameron reminds me of him because he has exceptionally quick hands.
3 steals already tonight for the sophomore from right here in Greensboro. Jackson lets it fly and hits the first tray ball of the night for A&T. Aggies down 1.
That's a big shot because the Aggies were in a little lull offensively. Andre Jackson off the bench.
The drive along the baseline finishes high, and Morgan State up 32-29.
Martez Cameron took it into the lane that time amongst the trees and said, hey, big fellas, I'm here.
Ed Mead driving, kicks it out for Lions. Leaves it short, rebound to Syfax.
Aggies doing a good job of getting back, sticking with the 2-3 zone. Give Morgan a lot of credit. They've been very, very patient versus this 2-3 zone, trying to get what they want. They're moving the ball from side to side, flashing from strong side to weak side, or weak side to strong side.
7 on the shot clock. Little. Devonish Prince steps to the elbow, lets it go, and scores.
2 made pull-ups that time for Devonish Prince off the bounce, shooting a nice little left-handed jump shot.
He's up to 6.
Freshman.
Jackson leaves it for Ed Mead. 10 on the shot clock for the Aggies. And the ball is stolen away. MSU back the other way. Stanley to the hole, and he traveled.
Good call. Got to put it on the floor, fella.
We'll take a timeout on the floor. You're watching MEAC Basketball on Flo Sports.
What's the player, left-handed guy, played for the Lakers, he was the coach for a while, left-handed shooter, guard. Fisher. What's Fisher's first name? Derek Fisher. I want to say that's who Devin Prince reminded me of.
Please contact Shamika Piper at 336-285-3063. That's 285-3063. Raise the game and become an AAF donor today.
Back at the Corbett Sports Center, 34-29, Morgan State leading North Carolina A&T as the Bears have opened up half number 2, shooting 83.3% from the field.
And I tell you what, they just kept chopping wood, showed a little three-quarter court pressure that time, and now dropping back into the 2-3 zone.
Morgan State has been a second-half ball club so far this season as Amari Hamilton lets it fly. It'll be short. Rebound is fought for, and now a foul is called on Stanley Davis. Second team foul on Morgan State.
Tell you what, Devonish Prince has come off the nice play that time by the Aggies on the baseline out of bounds play. But I was about to say that Prince reminds me of Derek Fisher, former NBA player with the Los Angeles Lakers, shooting that nice little pull-up left-handed jump shot.
Devonish Prince holds the basketball. Morgan State continues to work the shot clock. Davis leaves it in the corner. Shot on the way is off the back iron, nothing doing. But Syfax grabs the rebound, and the Bears will have another shot.
Nice offensive board that time by Syfax. He got that rebound out of his rebounding area, meaning he had to go get it through 2 people.
31 rebounds for Morgan State, just 18 for A&T. The long shot from Syfax, nothing but twine.
Now he's capable of doing that. I've seen him for 2 years now. He's a streak shooter, so if he makes one, he could make 3 in a row. Let's see what happens. 2-3 zone by the Bears. A lot of hand activity.
freshman driving and draws the foul. Morgan State got into foul trouble early in the first half. 3 team fouls so far here in the second.
Let's see if the Aggies can get a nice baseline out of bounds play this time as they did last time.
Morgan State defended nicely, and so A&T will have to set up in the half court. Seven on the shot clock. Langley through the paint, draws the foul, and finishes strong.
That's a big shot by the sophomore sensation, Cam Langley from Greensboro, North Carolina. That's a momentum-changing type play. If he can go and finish the three-point play the old-fashioned way, that would cut the lead down to 3.
The Aggies have struggled this season from the free throw line as the shot is up and no good. And Cam Langley has been a big part of that struggle, shooting 56.5% from the charity stripe.
And that's a woe is me when you're talking about your point guard.
.12 to work with. And we have a foul. They'll call a block.
Looked like he took the bus before he got the block call.
And he might have thrown a chicken wing there.
He might have got away with a walk and a chicken wing, but he definitely, well, that's why we're sitting over here and the officials are calling the game.
Copeland back in as the officials are bringing everybody together.
Getting a little chippy out there, Spence.
Just telling everybody to calm down and
play basketball.
They don't want to have to be a factor in the ball game. Nice job by this veteran officiating crew. The guys wearing the stripes are supposed to be invisible to the naked eye. 2-3 zone from the Aggies. Syfax kicks it out to the hole. Devonish Prince goes over the rim, and Langley will bring the ball down the floor. Harris fakes the shot, races towards the bucket, and lays it in. He's been struggling from downtown today, had to find a new way to score.
Nice transition opportunity that time for Terry Harris. Nice head-to-head pass from Cameron Langley.
One possession game now. Cameron from the wing clanks it. Syfax with the board. He's done a nice job on the offensive glass tonight. Devonish Prince fell. Passes out to Stanley Davis. And the ball is stripped away. Here come the Aggies, 4-on-2. Copeland leaves it for Jackson, who slams it home to tie the game.
Nice team basketball that time by the Aggies. 4 people touched the ball before Jackson finished with a strong dunk.
37 all.
New game.
Devonish Prince steps into a jumper, misses it short. The outlet pass to Hamilton through the paint, goes up and missed the dunk. Jay Joyner not happy about that. Cameron leaves it for Stanley Davis. He goes up strong and draws the foul.
Yeah, that's you want 2 points, Amari Hamilton, and you got to get 2 points. I don't even know what to say.
We'll take a timeout on the floor. You're watching MEAC Basketball on Flow Sports. All tied up at 37. Back at the Corbett Sports Center, Morgan State and North Carolina A&T. Stanley Davis to the line. 2 for 2 so far this evening. Make it 3 for 3.
He is a complete offensive player, Spence. Understands how to play. Is never in a rush. Very much under control in everything that he does. I really like him as a player. That's why he's averaging right at 19 points a game over the last several ball games.
We had a whistle. And Terry Harris may have some blood on him, and so some laundry work will need to be done as Morgan State is back in front off of the freebies.
17 turnovers with 10 minutes to go by the Bears and only 5 assists. Aggies 1 for 13 from the three-point line. Those are the two negatives as far as this game is concerned.
A&T has scored 20 points off of those 17 turnovers for Morgan State, which isn't bad, but if you're Jay Joyner, you wish it was more.
Right.
Ed Mead short on the shot as A&T continues to struggle from downtown, now 1 for 14.
Good ball movement that time from Harris to Ed Mead. He's wide open. He just got to knock that shot down. Again, the
Cameron from mid-range tried to bank it in, nothing doing. The rebound and put back from Jordan Little.
He has played an outstanding, quiet game, scoring when he has the opportunity and done an excellent job on the glass.
He's got 8 points and 8 rebounds tonight.
No doubt.
Approaching that double-double mark.
Getting it done.
Ed Mead driving, the dish, the finish, and one. Ronald Jackson up to 16 points.
Shooting over 50% from the free throw line. Nice finish that time, took the bump. Again, he is a high major athlete who can score around the rim and really leave here. His elevator goes to the top floor, Spence.
Jackson at the line for one.
Looks like Terry Harris may have more blood on his uniform. So Ronald Jackson will have to wait on the free throw.
And for the Aggies, number 10, Ibrahim Silla.
So Terry Harris will have to come out as he gets a new pair of shorts.
And you got Ibrahim Silla back in the game now, Sila.
Jackson makes it a 1-point game.
He's the only Aggie in double figures so far tonight, just yet.
Every night it seems to be a different player for Jay Joyner.
Deep 12-man roster. And everybody gets involved. Again, the Aggies are sticking with the 2-3 zone. They didn't cover the middle that time. Nice little free throw line jump shot that time by Stanley Davis. Some 2-2-1 pressure by the Bears, which I'm sure will drop back into a 2-3.
Davis with a friendly roll there off the back rim. It was more of a line drive shot.
Shooter's touch, Spence.
The feed inside. Down low to Sila, who rocks the rim.
Great offensive execution that time by the Aggies. You go from the wing to the free throw line to the baseline.
Another one of those possessions, and Morgan State might move to a man-to-man.
No doubt.
Rawls stopped in his tracks. Over to Miller. Bears working around with 7 on the shot clock. Cameron. And a blocking foul is called out on the perimeter against Cam Langley.
With 1 second on the shot clock. Wow. Tough break by the Aggies.
That's where you have to know time and score and back off just a smidge.
Yes, yes. Good call. Now you get a new 20 seconds for the Bears to run their zone offense.
Miller drains it.
Tell you what Morgan State does. They do a good job of shooting a mid-range jump shot off of 2 or 3 bounces. They've had about 4 players to really be able to score. They must work on that particular offensive move because they all seem to be very adept at it.
Morgan State scores 55.4% of its points via the 2-point shot as Ed Mead races towards the hole, leaves it short. Ball on the deck, still loose, now a tie-up, and that will go with Morgan State.
Morgan State. Media timeout.
We'll take a timeout on the floor. You're watching Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference basketball on Flow Sports.
Presented by Jason Dillon. We have 2 contestants who have to put on an A&T jersey, shorts, and shoes, then make a layup. The first contestant to do so wins a gift card to Jason's Deli and Brittany Simmons. Our contestants are Dominic and Josiah.
Thank you.
All right, Dominic, raise your hand. Josiah, raise yours. Are we ready? We got 30 seconds on the clock. So just like an Aggie, make a layup in 3, 2, 1, go! We have 5 seconds already, gentlemen. Your mother told you to get up and get dressed this morning. Come on now. We're at 15 seconds. Take that on and put it on the paper sheet. And the layup. Here's the 3, 2, 1. All right. Congratulations to the young man in red. He brings a gift card to Jason's Deli. Make sure you
Back at the Corbett Sports Center, Morgan State leading North Carolina A&T 45-42. Also owning the glass at a plus 16 mark.
That's a big difference right there. And they're shooting 60% from the field in the second half.
Rawls kicks it out to Miller, lets it fly, leaves it short. The board to Langley. He's in transition, 3-on-2. Drops it off to Jackson, who lays it in off the window.
Bears are doing a poor job in their transition defense. That's about the 3rd offensive fast break that the Aggies have been able to get in the second half.
12-0 A&T leads on fast break points.
That's what I'm talking about right there.
Rawls, short, rebound to Little, turns, fires, has his shot blocked by Sila. But those second chance opportunities are keeping Morgan State out ahead by just a smidge.
Tell you what, nice rim protection that time by Ibrahim Sila.
Big man will get the offense rolling.
And the Bears have changed defenses and come out into
the give and go alley-oop for Sila.
Excellent offensive set that time, set up by the nice lob pass from Cam Langley. Great call by Jay Joyner.
A&T out in front by 1. Cameron sets up shop in front of his own bench. The feed down low to Little, and he is able to put the Bears back in front.
Quietly, Jordan Little is having an outstanding game. Double-digit points, 9 rebounds. Bears back. They got burnt in the man-to-man, and they go right back to the zone.
Jackson in the corner. Hits it.
Jackson had a great game against Wake Forest, and so that tells you he's capable.
Since then, though, averaging right around 2 points a game. His confidence shaken. Seems to be getting it back, though.
He's come off the bench and done an excellent. Has 4 big points or 5 big points in the second half for the Aggies.
Davis, a brick off the window as the shot clock was waning down. A&T will fish out the rebound, and Cam Langley will head to the scorer's table and call a timeout with 5:07 to play, and the Aggies up 49-47.
I think it's a 30.
It will be a 30. And it will be extended to a full timeout.
That was not playing. This was not on the sheet.
As you see the give and go alley-oop. Langley to Sila. Beautiful pass. Cam Langley has been phenomenal since he stepped foot on this campus. Just giving out dimes all day long.
He sees the next play, and that's a great quality of a solid point guard. He doesn't see the play that he's running. He sees the next play. And he right now into this game, he has 5 assists, 0 turnovers.
Andre Jackson with his second 3 of the day.
And he's been a big plus off the bench. His 5 points in the second half have been huge.
It's the only Aggie who has hit a 3-point field goal today.
Right.
Crucial possession if you're A&T right now.
And that's why.
After being down and now trading the lead over the last couple of trips down the floor, Jay Joyner wants to make sure that he can grab a lead that he can sustain and try and bring home that W.
Right. He wants the ball in the hands of the person that he wants to take this shot. And let's see what type of defense. I think the Bears are. You got Amari Hamilton back in the ball game, showing a little confidence in Amari. He may be the guy looking to take the shot. High ball screen.
Langley lost it. Rawls in transition. The shot is blocked and a foul is called.
Nice defense that time by Kyson Rawls.
Langley, an uncharacteristic turnover.
At the line, shooting 2 for the Bears.
Big free throws.
Kyson Rawls.
As Morgan State so far in the game is shooting under 50% from the foul line.
His first free throw of the day is good. Right around 80% from the stripe so far this season. Trying to tie things up here in Greensboro.
I think we're going to have a white knuckler Spence going down to the stretch.
As I mentioned earlier, this was a 2-point win for A&T last year on this same floor, 69-67, as we're knotted up again at 49.
A little man-to-man pressure. Cameron on Hamilton.
The graduate point guard will work from the backcourt. Swings it over to his battery mate, Langley. Jackson lets it go again. Halfway down, would not go. The rebound, though, to Ronald Jackson. And the Aggies can reset the offense.
Ronald Jackson has been the difference maker in the game today.
Langley stops. The bounce pass feed down low. Good for 2.
Again, great read that time by Cam Langley. He let everything settle down and pocket pass into the big fella.
There was a time where Ibrahim Sila didn't know if he was going to be able to play basketball again when he was at the University of Northern Colorado. That one's thrown away. It's a turnover. Had an undiagnosed heart condition. Eventually they figured out it was high blood pressure, and he is back out on the floor. We'll take a timeout. Back after this on Flow Sports.
That's a nice play that time. We needed that pass.
Back at the Corbett Sports Center, A&T with a 51-49 lead over Morgan State. Sila, the hook shot, good for two.
Nice offensive execution that time by the Aggies. Nice cross screen, dropped it down low to Ibrahim Sila. If the Bears lose this game, Spence, it will be a direct reflection of these two statistics. 7 assists versus 18 turnovers and only 50% from the free throw line, 7 of 14 in a close ball game.
Stanley looking for an outlet with 6 on the shot clock. Sila standing strong, turns, fires, and drains it over the big man. A strong shot from Stanley Davis.
That's a big basket for the Bears.
And the amount of turnovers in today's game, very uncharacteristic of Morgan State. Typically, they turn their opponents over 17.5 times a game. Good for first in the conference. Hamilton around the screen, races towards the bucket. Floater on the way, too strong. And Morgan State with a chance to tie or take the lead. Rawls for the lead. Misses. Hamilton with the rebound.
I'm sure that's not the shot that Coach Bozeman wanted from Rawls. He's 0 for 3 from the 3, and he didn't need a heat check at that point.
Just under 2.5 minutes to play. Langley fakes right. Kicks it out to Jackson, puts it on the floor. Mid-range shot on the way is short. Rawls in transition. Floats it to Syfax, who draws the foul.
Are they going to call goaltending?
The officials are conferencing. That was not the official word on the floor. No bucket as the crowd starting to get into it. As Ibrahim Sila showing some emotion. So it will be a 2-shot foul.
Syfax has not been to the line tonight. Normally he shoots fairly decent free throw shooter, but he's got 2 right now in a pressure situation. Knocked that first one down to cut it to a 1-point game with 2:09 left to go in the second half.
The 75% free throw shooter stares down the rim and ties the game.
Friendly bounce that time in the Corbett Center.
Full court pressure on from the Bears. Hamilton in front of his own bench. Towards the bucket, goes up, and
what they call a charge and no basket.
They called a charge and no basket, a turnover.
Great defensive position that time by the Bears. Tough break for the Aggies. Big defensive sequence for the Aggies. Big offensive possession for the Bears. 2-3 zone by the Aggies. Look, watch Davis, high post area.
Rawls out to Cameron. 10 on the shot clock. Devonish Prince down the baseline. Ball is loose. We have a whistle. It went out of bounds.
It went off of Aggie's head. I think went off of Andre Jackson's forehead. But watch for Stanley Davis at the midline free throw line area.
3 on the shot clock. Cameron, and he walked. It's a turnover.
And I see Stanley Davis a little upset because he should be touching the basketball right now for the Bears, and they missed him on several occasions.
This is where you miss Phil Carr and Tywan Kinley.
No doubt.
2 guys who played for the Bears last season who are now working in the G League.
Yeah, that's big time for the Bears program.
Jay Joyner wants to talk this one over with 1:09 to go, tied at 53. Very reminiscent of last year's ball game.
Yes, now it comes down to who can execute in the clutch Look for, if they run a man-to-man defense, look for the Aggies to see if you can get Ronald Jackson on a post-up of a cross screen or a mid-range shot.
And they just announced that All-Pro Tariq Cohen is in the house today.
Oh, good, great. Look for mid-range. There's Tariq right there. Mid-range shot by Quay Copeland. Bears are coming out with 1:09 left to go in man-to-man.
Langley will get the offense started for the Aggies. Langley behind the back and puts it home.
The young man's a big-time player. He's got ice in his veins.
Morgan State with 3 timeouts left.
And I don't understand why they're not getting the ball. Right there it is. Ball needs to go to Davis, right there.
At the baseline, turns, fires, has his shot blocked.
Big-time block by Sila.
Langley will try and kill some clock. About a 10-second differential between the shot and the game clock. The sophomore with 8 on the shot clock gets a screen, floats it, it goes off the rim, and Copeland can't save it.
Look for a timeout from Todd Bozeman, 11 seconds.
And we do have a timeout. With 9.2 seconds showing on the clock, Aggies up to 55-53. It appears that the officials will go to the monitor, though, and might adjust the time. And what a bad time for a miscommunication on offense for A&T. The Aggies with no timeouts remaining, trying to stay perfect in conference play. Morgan State looking to improve to above 500 in MEAC action.
And actually, the Aggies get a break because instead of it being 11 seconds, it's only 9.2. If the officials keep it, they're doing a time check right now.
If you're Jay Joyner, are you staying in a 2-3 zone?
Yes. And I'm focusing on Stanley Davis around the free throw line area. But look for Jay to probably change to a man-to-man. .2 seconds.
We were looking at the out of bounds to make sure we had the right time on it.
11.2.
So it will be 11.2 seconds. The timeout was called before the inbounds pass occurred. Stanley Davis, 3rd in the conference in field goal percentage. You have to assume that he is going to be the guy touching the basketball, as Morgan State has burned another timeout. That'll leave him with 1 remaining with 11.2 seconds to go.
This is reminiscent of last year, Spence.
And that actually gives A&T a break because Tyrone Lyons didn't get to the table quick enough on the first timeout to check in. So now Jay Joyner gets the personnel that he would like into the game, and Todd Bozeman has drawn up the play that he is comfortable with. It'll be interesting to see how this one finishes up.
We called it a white knuckler going right down to the wire. You see what the Aggies come out in defensively, and it appears as if they're going to be man-to-man.
Stanley Davis is going to inbound, and if you're A&T, you have to be aware of him trailing coming out of the pass.
Right. Good call.
Cameron tosses it to the corner for Rawls. Leaves it short. The rebound taken by Lyons with 2.9 seconds to go, and he is fouled.
And the Bears were going for the win, Spence. They were not going to play for overtime. They got the shot that they wanted. Rawls is 0 for 5 now from the 3. Took a big shot, missed it.
The foul is the 15th foul on Morgan State, so it is not a shooting foul. So A&T will have to get this ball in and not turn it over.
Right, you got almost 3 seconds to take care of the basketball.
Jackson holds it, gives it to Andre Jackson, and a foul is called with 0.9 seconds remaining. So now it should be Ronald Jackson heading to the line, and that is exactly who will step to the charity stripe. 19 points and 8 rebounds tonight for Ronald Jackson.
There is no.
And now the officials are bringing it all the way back.
They got to get it in again.
The team fouls haven't adjusted on the scoreboard. Well, this benefits A&T because now all you have to do is get the ball in, and that's the game.
And they moved it to 1.5 seconds.
Andre Jackson will be the Aggie who passes the ball into play. Jackson grabs it with 0.8 seconds showing. And it is the 1-and-1. The scoreboard is not updated here. So Ronald Jackson, the 75% free throw shooter, will try and close this game out. 1.5 seconds showing on the clock.
It can't be that.
No, it can't. Now it's 1.2. There was more. The officials are going to need to look at the monitor because the time is not correct. Three-tenths of a second is not the amount of time that came off. It was more time than that. So now both teams will be sent to the bench. As the fans and Jay Joyner are becoming a little restless here at the Corbett Sports Center. Coach Joyner trying to improve his squad to 4-0 in conference play, and what a start it would be for the Aggies if they're able to get that done. A lot of tight games around the conference today. North Carolina Central a 6-point lead on Coppin State. 54-48 with 4:02 to go in that one. Maryland Eastern Shore on the road at Florida A&M holding a 52-50 lead as the Hawks look for their first Division I victory of the season, and a good one in Orangeburg. Howard up 51-45 on South Carolina State, approaching the 5-minute mark. Earlier today, Bethune-Cookman blew out Delaware State 69-49. So Ronald Jackson will step to the line. 1.2 seconds is the correct amount that is supposed to be showing on the clock according to the officiating crew. Shot is up, and it is good.
Make this one and don't foul.
Really, make this one, and Jay Joyner should just tell his young men, call the dogs off, let them do whatever
That's what
it is.
I said, don't foul.
Don't even need to play defense. This one's good, and now A&T can let Morgan State go ahead and inbound with no problems. Shot is up from Devonish Prince. It's over the backboard, no good, and A&T comes away with a 57-53 victory at home. So the Aggies improve to 4-0 in conference play and are 500 on the season now at 9-9. Morgan State falls to 7-11, 2-3 in the MEAC. We'll take a quick timeout and hear from the head coach, Jay Joyner.
The zone defense is really good.
As North Carolina A&T defeats Morgan State 57-53. We'll be back after this on Flow Sports.